In the world of football, where speed absolutely kills, one name shines brighter than the rest. Desean Jackson. This electrifying wide receiver left unforgettable moments on the field and has just as an unforgettable story to the NFL. But before he became an NFL sensation, Jackson's journey began at Cal, where he showed the world his undeniable talent, with incredible performances in 2006 and 2007, marking him as a force to be reckoned with, setting the stage for his rise and story to unravel in the NFL. This is the story of Desean Jackson. Desean Jackson attended Long Beach Poly High School, where he excelled in football, leading his team to a CIF Southern Section Championship, and was named the most valuable player at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, showcasing his talent on a national stage. Desean Jackson's family was a significant influence in his life. His parents, Bill and Gail Jackson, have been pillars of support throughout his career. His exceptional skills attracted attention from top college football programs, and he ultimately chose to commit to the University of California, Berkeley over USC.
You'll be a golden bear.
In his first year wearing number 1, he showed his explosive skills right from the start, scoring offensive and special teams touchdowns. His sophomore season was even more impressive, tallying over 1,000 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns while returning 4 punts for touchdowns. This outstanding performance earned him first-team All-Pac-10 honors as a wide receiver and a punt returner. National recognition followed. Entering his junior year, Jackson was considered a Heisman Trophy candidate, and he lived up to the hype. His season featured a 77-yard punt return touchdown against Tennessee.
Here comes Desean, shake and bake. Can he beat the second? Dancing off to the right. Look at this guy, the wizard of returns, Desean Jackson. He's going to the end zone.
In an impressive 11-catch, 161-yard, and 2-touchdown performance against 11th-ranked Oregon. After the 2007 season, Jackson declared for the 2008 NFL Draft. Leaving Cal, Jackson's ability to create big plays was evident throughout his college career, with 52 plays of 20 yards or more, accounting for 23% of his 226 touches. Desean Jackson's journey from Long Beach Poly to the NFL began when the Philadelphia Eagles drafted him in the second round of the 2008 NFL Draft. In his rookie season, Jackson would be the first rookie wide receiver to start under head coach Andy Reid at the time. The rookie provided 2 electrifying plays against the St. Louis Rams, where on the second play of the game did this.
Yard-line opening drive of the season for the Eagles as the bounce pass is caught by Jackson, his first NFL reception.
And later returned to punt 60 yards. Jackson finished the game with 6 catches for 106 yards and 8 punt returns for 97 yards. The Eagles won 38-3, and there would be some bumps along the way, like when during a Monday Night Football game against the Dallas Cowboys, Jackson celebrated prematurely before running into the end zone.
Oh, it is very close.
That is close.
It's a great dance, but it's also one of the all-time bonehead plays.
This led to what would have otherwise been his first NFL touchdown, but was challenged. But would later get his first touchdown against the Chicago Bears, and would go on to finish his rookie season with 62 receptions, 912 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and was proving to be just as explosive in the NFL as he was in college. Yet tragedy struck the Jackson family during the playoffs when Desean's father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And in the playoffs, Jackson recorded 4 catches for 81 yards and a win over the New York Giants. And Jackson's final touchdown of the season came in the 2009 NFC Championship game against the Arizona Cardinals, when he managed to haul in a 62-yard touchdown to cap a 6-catch, 92-yard game. And despite absolutely balling out for his father, they would lose to the Cinderella story Cardinals that year. And Bill Jackson continued to be his son's biggest fan while watching his son's journey in the league. Sadly, he passed away on May 14th, 2009, leaving a void in Desean Jackson's heart. 2009 would be something special. Desean Jackson would put the league on notice. As a receiver, a runner, and a returner, Desean Jackson was at his all-time best, particularly in Week 6 against the Washington R-Words. He scored on a 67-yard end-around in the first quarter, and later caught a 57-yard strike from Donovan McNabb, which would be McNabb's 200th career passing touchdown, finishing the game with 167 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. And during week 14, Jackson had a career day as he caught 6 passes for 178 yards, including a 60-yard touchdown pass from McNabb and a 72-yard punt return for touchdown, which combined for 261 all-purpose yards. The game would also put him 8 touchdowns of over 50 yards in a single season, tying an NFL record shared only by Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch and Devin Hester, and would help lead the Eagles all the way to a playoff berth in 2009, but would finish the year as the Eagles' leading wide receiver with 1,156 yards and 9 touchdowns, and again announced a Pro Bowler. And in 2010 would unleash his full potential and would leave us with some of the greatest football memories the league has seen to this day. D-Jack started the season making headlines, but for the wrong reasons, due to contract negotiations. However, despite this hiccup, on November 15th, after an altercation with LaRon Landry,
LaRon Landry told me he was gonna kill me before the game, bro. He told me he was gonna kill me, bro. He said, I'm gonna hit you so hard I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, this nigga crazy, bro. So I'm like, I'm ready to go, bro.
And on the first play of scrimmage, would send a message to Landry,
Jackson who accelerates, caught the opening play, and all the way for a touchdown. 88 yards.
and would help lead the Eagles to a blowout victory. But Jackson would top this when he had a 91-yard touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys and also finished the game with a personal best 210 receiving yards. But he only got better after that. After coming off one of the best career games versus one division rival, the Eagles faced the Giants in a Week 14. Things didn't look good though. The Eagles had trailed 31-10 with under 8 minutes to play, but had come back with 3 unanswered touchdowns. And with 14 seconds left, the game was tied at 31-31, and Desean Jackson delivered one of the most electric plays in NFL history.
Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Desean Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Desean Jackson still not in, and now in for the touchdown, no flags.
This punt return is the first and only game-winning punt return on the final play from scrimmage in the history of the NFL. Jackson again ended the regular season as the team's leading receiver with over 1,000 yards and was ranked 29th by his fellow players for the upcoming 2011 season. There was one problem though. Jackson didn't show up.
Jackson held out. The Eagles told him, we're not going to talk about a contract extension until you get into training camp. Jackson is here, obligated to do so because tomorrow he would basically forfeit a year of service, meaning he would forfeit his free agency rights in 2012.
But it only got worse. In a game between the Cardinals, Jackson was deactivated for missing a special teams meeting. The following week, Jackson flipped the ball at a New York defensive coordinator after making a 50-yard reception.
Taunting by the offense number 10.
Oh, unbelievable. Just cost himself 50 yards.
And in a November loss to the New England Patriots, he was benched the entire fourth quarter after a performance that included drops of 2 potential touchdown passes. Jackson ended the season as the Eagles' leading receiver with 961 yards and did not return a punt for a touchdown during the 2011 season. 2012 didn't prove to be much better. Jackson would fracture his ribs in a game between the Panthers and would miss the remainder of the season. In 2013 though, Jackson returned to form. He had his first career multiple touchdown game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the year, he led the team with 82 receptions for 1,332 yards. Though this was statistically the best season of his career, during the offseason, the Eagles would end up firing Andy Reid. Yes, they fired this guy right here. For who, you ask? Chip Kelly. Like, what the hell were they thinking? And to make matters worse, they gave the dude full control of their roster to cut and sign whoever he wanted. And needless to say, not many players were fond of what he did with the roster.
It was personal, man. For me, coming off my best statistic year, I mean, with 83 catches, over 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, like you releasing a dude after him being a Pro Bowl receiver, like, what are you doing? Like, in my mind, I'm like, what's going on?
And due to him having full control, would release Jackson on March 28th, 2014. Now, there were rumors as to why they released him from several sources close to Jackson and the Eagles.
You have to move away from
I'm not
that
an
environment.
expert on gang members, but I understand once you're in the gang, you're in the gang. This is the guy that's making, $10 million a year, the gang's just not going to say, okay, you're out.
And at the time, the whole Aaron Hernandez thing was taking place, so teams didn't want to take any risks, and the Eagles didn't either, and cut ties with him.
It was a fucked up situation for me, and I took that personal. That's why I did go to Washington. Every time I played the Eagles, I made them regret that decision.
And Jackson continued to excel, displaying his knack for big plays and maintaining his status as a leading receiver. In 2014, when Jackson faced his former team, he took it personal and did so when he scored on an 81-yard touchdown.
Desean Jackson downfield. He's got it. And the former Eagle is going to take it in backward and score.
Proving he hadn't lost a step and would excel no matter what, finishing with 56 receptions for a team-leading 1,169 yards and 6 touchdowns. 2016, though, Jackson was returning off of an injury-riddled 2015 season, but looked like he hadn't been injured at all. He caught at least one pass in each of the 16 games that season. Though production was lower during the middle of the season, he found ways to make headlines with his on-the-field wardrobe. He went over 100 yards in 4 out of the last 5 games, including 3 catches for 102 yards and a go-ahead 80-yard touchdown against his former team. Both he and his teammate Pierre Garçon reached 1,000 yards receiving in a season finale loss to the Giants, becoming the first Washington tandem since 1999 to achieve this feat. He ended the year with 56 receptions for 1,005 yards and 4 touchdowns. In 2017, Jackson joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Can you imagine Desean Jackson and Mike Evans playing together with Jameis Winston? That should be a very strong offense for years to come.
And even late in his career was proving he was still one of the NFL's premier deep threats, still having his key attributes of speed, skill, and some highlight reel moments.
Bring it out to Desean Jackson, wide open. He's got it, and that's going to be a Buccaneer touchdown.
And while proving he had some left in the tank, was brought back to the city he loved so dearly.
Desean Jackson will be an Eagle. Mike Garafolo, Ian Rappaport reporting that live.
After returning to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2019, he made an explosive impact, catching 2 touchdowns and surpassing Randy Moss for 2nd place in NFL history for 50-plus yard touchdown receptions. However, injuries plagued his 2020 season, forcing him to miss several games. Jackson then joined the Los Angeles Rams in March of 2021 and made an immediate impact.
No pressure on Stafford. Jackson, they finally hit it. Desean Jackson, touchdown.
Jackson's perseverance paid off despite the ups and downs when the Rams won the Super Bowl that year, earning him his first Super Bowl ring and a remarkable end to a storied NFL career.
Oh, he's starting on
Let
it.
me see what it feels
Hey,
like.
let me hold.
Let me
Oh, they gave you a ring?
Hey, you know what, man? I can't see.
Desean Jackson has made his mark both on and off the field. From his early days at Long Beach Poly to becoming a household name in professional football, Jackson's speed and skill left an undeniable mark on the sport. His resilience in overcoming setbacks is a testament to his unwavering determination and left us with some memorable moments.
Tom McCoy the back. Vic with space looking to launch. Goes the other way. Wide open. Jackson. Desean Jackson.